Everybody, this is Chris on UNEDUCATED Network, and this is UNEDUCATED Hero Talk. Today we're going to be talking about Fox of the Gifted and Fox Gotham. Man, Fox is doing this thing. I'm going to go ahead and give both these episodes an 8 or 8.5 out of 10, man. They both real good. We're going to talk about the Gifted first. It starts off with like a flashback scene of Thunderbird actually breaking into a facility with another group of mutants. And you see his friend actually has to sacrifice himself, and so they can all escape. Now, then you fast forward in the future where you see you see the underground. They're trying to come up with a plan of actually how they're gonna go ahead and save Polaris and Reed because they're about to be transported into this secret top facility. And once they're in this facility, they know the chances of getting them is slim to none. So they have to try to break them out before they actually get into this facility. So they have to find out where the convoy is gonna go. Only way they can do that is if Marcos, aka Eclipse, he goes in back into his own context, which is the cartel, to get that information. Now, once he goes back into the cartel and try to get the information, they basically got their claws right back into him, and you can see they're gonna control him from there forth, because the person who's now in charge of the cartel is his ex. So now you're gonna see her in the future. You're gonna see her with contact with Polaris and everything like that. So he ends up like getting the information, and they come with the plan. Well, hey, we're gonna have to stop the bus that's carrying them on, and how they're gonna do that. You're gonna have Andy and Laura actually using their powers together, so they can actually blow up the wheels. Because now you're seeing that now Andy and Laura, their powers work stronger and better when they do it together. I have a theory about that, who they're gonna be, but we're gonna get on that on another episode because I think they're gonna be actually somebody in the comics that they haven't really talked about yet. So to go down, they actually ended up, like I said, they ended up finding where the convoy was gonna be at, and they stopped the bus. They stopped the bus, and after they stopped the bus, the next plan was actually to get Blink to teleport into the to the convoy and actually get Reed and Polaris and bust them out like that and hurry them to escape and go back. But before that could actually happen, before she actually can open up a portal, she couldn't. Everybody's powers was on hold. Now, in the beginning, like I told you, where they had the flashback of Thunderbird actually breaking into a facility and his friend was captured. His friend was actually on the convoy, and you see, of course, he's a mutant. His ability is he can shut down any systems. So by doing that, he can actually shut down mutants' powers. So he shut down all the mutants' power in like 2 blocks radius. So when he did that, nobody was able to use their powers. And of course, everybody was under siege and fighting like that. So the whole escape plan was none and void. Well, not none and void, but they had to change their tactics. Of course, Eclipse, he was like, well, if something happens wrong, I'm doing this to the end. I'm breaking Polaris out no matter what. Now, Reed the whole time is still trying to get through to Polaris, saying, hey, if we have a chance, would you help me, try to escape, have my back, have your back, sort of thing. So they finally see like an opening where they can make their way and try to take advantage of the guards and knock them out. They end up taking 1 out of 2 out. Now the other one takes them out, takes the other guard that's knocked out. Now Wise in the process, they actually took her collar off, so now she's able to use her power. But the other mutants out there, the mutants out there actually making her not able to use her powers. So you see Thunderbird, he sees his friend out there. He realizes what is what. He goes out there, fights him, and knock him out. Now, why he does that? You still have Polaris and Reed locked up in the convoy in the bus, and why they're locked up in there, they're in the plastic padded room, so they have no way to get out. But if you remember, Polaris' power is just like Magneto's power; she can control metal, and which we'll come to find out. I'm pretty sure maybe this season, or next season, that this is Magneto's daughter. So that's something too big that I'm pretty sure that they're gonna let us know it's gonna be leading up probably to like season finale or something like that. But you're gonna see that Reed, he actually had metal in his legs that he already mentioned, I think in the first or second episode. So she takes the little metal shards that's in his legs out, and she uses that and she kills the guards and then she escapes like that. Now, good thing she escaped when she did, because at the same time you had Sentinel Services. They just wanted to take all the other mutants down, everybody down, because they all had their guns pulled and strapped. And while they were doing that, they was start unloading the guns, but then you start seeing her full powers that use, just like Magneto. She controlled all the bullets, flinged it back at them, and took all their guns. So by doing that, she made them all retreat and run. So when they retreat and run, I forgot well, that was the most important part. There's other little parts that's not really that important. Now, last week I did forget to mention that there is a group, a private security firm that are looking for the Strucker kids. That's going to be building up into this theory that I'm having of who these Strucker kids really are. I think they're going to be. You're going to find out later on that they was adopted, and we're going to get into that later. But I think we're going to find out that they was adopted. That that's not their real parents. But I think they're going to try to switch it and make it seem like the main detective from the Sentinel Services, Jason Pitts from the game, you're gonna find out that he's probably he's a likable person, likable actor. So I think they're gonna try to switch it where he's actually gonna be good. Where hey, we're gonna have to pick the lesser of the evil. He's gonna have to work with us because this other security firm they really trying to assassinate. They're gonna be really on some evil stuff. So I think that's what's gonna end up happening. That's my theory for that. But like I said, it's a real good episode. 8 out of 10. Now we're gonna dig in right to Gotham. Man, Gotham was real good. Now Gotham really didn't focus nothing about Bruce or Barbara or anything, but it did focus almost about everybody else. Now to go off with the Riddler of last week, you seen Riddler was actually taking Butch under his wing, Grundy, but now he's gonna be using Grundy because there's a secret fight club out there, so he's gonna be using him to get the fight club so he can actually get some money saved up. The reason why he's trying to do that is you find that Lee is actually in charge, not in charge of the Fight Club, but she's working with it. She's actually patching up the people in the Fight Club. And the reason why he wants to work with Lee is because, of course, Lee's a doctor and Lee knows him, and he figures, hey, Lee can get me back to where I need to be, mentally wise. So he tries to do that aspect. Lee doesn't want nothing to do with them, but long story short, she ends up helping him out because she knows, hey, if I help him, I get this money. And Lee's back on this redemption road. Lee knows that, hey, she messed up with the touch virus and stuff like that, and she feels guilty that all these innocent people died, and that now these people, the people that really affected it is actually in the slums now. That's where she's at now, being a free doctor to these people. But she knowing that, hey, if I can get this money, I can buy medicine, and I can actually care of these people and help these people. So she's actually, she's being good. She left that old bad life behind, and now she's on the good path, but she's going to have to do a little evil to do a little good. So a little, so to go on to Penguin, and you go on to Penguin and Falcone's daughter. Now that's getting really interested. It seems like she's turning him out, And when I say turning him out, remember Penguin had a crush on the Riddler. He was obsessed with the Riddler. He was, but I think Penguin has a little crush on her. I think she's turning him back around. I'm interested to see that because she's playing him like a fiddle, man. Playing him like a fiddle. Like she bought a hospital, and he figured that, hey, she bought this hospital thing, it's gonna be like a base, so she can fill her men back up there and try to take over. But she really bought it as a present for the Penguin because she turned it into an orphanage, in dedication to the Penguin. So it was perfectly played. So now the Penguin cannot trust her right there in that instance. So now in future instances, he's not gonna be able to distrust her because, hey, she's always been honest and loyal this whole time. So I like how that's going, but she already knows she's playing to the fiddle because earlier she told Gordon, hey, Gordon, I told you I'm gonna have Penguin under my thumb. If I don't have him under my thumb, then hey, I'll do anything you want. I'll leave, I'll stay, I'll do what you want. So that she's playing Penguin to a fiddle because she's coming back for her city anyways. Now, you go with Gordon's main storyline. Now that's good. They have a serial killer out there. He's actually killing all these cops, and he's putting a pig head on their face. That's his calling card. Now I think they calling him the Professor Pig. He, but the actor they got playing him, I don't know who they got playing him. I haven't showed his face yet. Man, he's a good actor, man. When you see him playing it, actually have the interaction with Gordon and actually talking, you like, man, it give you little chills. Like, man, he's a good actor, good little villain. So I'm interested to see about him. Now you find out the reason why he's killing these cops is because they're dirty cops. They're working for Penguin, and why he has Gordon actually tied up because he ended up looking for him because Bullock, he actually had the lead say, hey, we know who these cops are killing, we know who they're targeting, and so Bullock had an idea, hey, I know who he's gonna target next. So when they went to go investigate, sure enough, that's who he was after. Then he come to find out, tell him, hey, we're actually after these people because they're actually crooked cops, and he's working with Penguin. so I'm gonna kill him. That's what Professor Pig was thinking about. But he said, "Hey Gordon, you safe? You all good? You tied up, but you a straight and narrow cop. You a good cop. You safe. No harm's gonna come to you." And then he was like, "Okay, where's Bullock? Bullock's gonna get it. Bullock, he deserved to die. He's crooked." He said, he said he didn't say he's crooked, but said he deserved to die. So he get long story short, of course Gordon breaks free. He saves him. Now he doesn't arrest Professor Pig or whatever. He actually escapes. So he escapes, but before he escapes, he actually ends up cutting Bullock's throat while hanging him. Now he takes him out. Now he's in the hospital, and Gordon's talking to Bullock. And Bullock's, "Man, if there's anything I can do, just let me know." He's like, "Well, you be ready to cash it in." How long have you been dirty for? He said you deserve to die. All these people he killed has been working for Penguin. So how long you been getting paid for Penguin? And Bullock told me, I haven't been getting paid for Penguin long. It's just when the mayor's been making us. I haven't done anything that I want to do. And Gordon basically said, "Hey, that's the end of that. You're gonna have to cut that off." Then the next scene you see the same Professor Pig in a ring full of pigs, and you know that he's about to, cut these pigs' head off, and he's getting ready for some new victims. And then that's how it ends off. And the blacks out and has the little Gotham sign come up. But man, both episodes were really, really good, man. To be honest, like these are episodes I ought to watch again just because the actings were good. And man, my favorite thing about in Gotham was Professor Pig, just the actor that got to play him, just that character. And I'll say the favorite thing I liked about the Gifted, man, the whole what you want to call it, the shout out they actually gave to X-Men. And when I say that, it's because it was, like I said, it's so familiar when X-Men was Wolverine, Cyclops, and the whole X-Men team, when they was breaking to facility, and Morph, he actually ended up getting left behind and getting captured, and then he ended up getting brainwashed, and he was actually using him against the X-Men. So I like how they put the same little storyline in the Gifted. But those, man, Fox is getting down with it. They right up there with with CW DC shows. If not, maybe a little bit better. But they real close, real good. But thank y'all for taking the time to listen. You have a good one. All right, man.